Sorry that there's going to be a little bit of wind noise in today's video, but I figured since I have some time with the new 10th anniversary edition, I'd give you guys a point of view drive for the second channel and just like a point of view review kind of. So as for the exterior of the 10th anniversary edition, there's not really anything that differentiates this from a limited. It has like the body colored front bumper and everything, but like this basically looks like any other Ram Limited on the exterior, which I don't think is a bad thing, right? So it still has all the nice limited stuff. Some things that do come with the 10th anniversary edition are the multifunction tailgate here in the rear, and then also you've got the little bumper step right there that also comes with the package as well. And then the big things with this package is the interior. So you guys can see here we've got cloth trim, and then you have the quilted leather here, and then also with the seats, same thing. You guys can see you've got the quilted leather, and then you've got the cloth trim. That's also part of the package. And then popping here to the front, same thing with the door panel, as you guys can see, and then also gives you the Harman Kardon sound system. And then turning on the truck, notice we have that special thing, and then also it says limited instead of Ram right there. And then you guys can hopefully see, I don't know if I'm propping this right with my neck, center console lid also has 10th anniversary edition on it. And then you get this suede headliner, which again, hopefully I'm trying to get better at this like point of view stuff for the second channel. Yeah, with that being said, oh, also the shifter too, you get this like crystal shifter, which is really cool. Let's set off. So we are starting off in the limited for our point of view drive. And I want you guys to let me know if you want me to do more videos like this on the second channel. I'm just trying to mix up the content so that the second channel isn't just a bunch of videos of me standing in my room talking about cars, right? I'm trying to do more, right? So yeah, anyways, let's actually talk about this 10th anniversary edition. First off, I guess we'll start things off with a little acceleration. So good with that. I mean, sounds great. Gear shifts are super smooth. They definitely have tuned this towards the luxury side. Like the gear shifts aren't like snappy, they're just smooth, like you just smoothly transition through. But you know, as for the 10th anniversary edition, you guys already saw the stuff that comes special with this package, and I think it works. The seat comfort's great with this truck, which is a huge plus. And on top of having really good seat comfort, the ride quality is super smooth. The truck's really quiet. This gives you a nice luxury truck experience and just luxury car experience in general. And I think that's why so many people are moving to trucks over cars, is because of that luxury experience. Kind of had to adjust a little bit there. Sorry about the awkward camera moving. Trying my best to be cameraman and also obviously host of the Ben Hardy Show. But yeah, going over these little manhole covers and everything, it doesn't upset the truck. It's just smooth. Super smooth over all of it. Of course, Subaru. But yeah, I love how this drives. And I actually drove my TRX down to this review. I let Sam go and drive the TRX. That was like part of the reason why I brought the TRX. But the other reason I brought the TRX is I wanted to drive the TRX back to back with the Limited to see if I really, you know, if the Limited is really worth it. Like, does the Limited really give you smoother ride quality, or does the TRX give you smoother ride quality? Because you guys know that I always tout the off-road shocks and suspension. And here's what I have to say is, actually on road, this does feel smoother. Now, when you go over bumps with the TRX, you don't feel it at all. Like, if you have the tires aired down to the right pressure and everything, it's just, don't feel it. This, it's super smooth over things. You don't really feel it all that much. But there's definitely a perceivable difference with that, especially with like bigger sized bumps. The TRX definitely soaks those up better, and that's where the off-road suspension comes in play. But how many times in your daily drive are you actually going to have that happen, right? That's something to consider. You know, most of the time, unless you have like tons of, you know, dips in your neighborhood or, you know, speed bumps, you're probably not going to go over big enough bumps for there to really be a perceivable difference in terms of like, I guess, what you're getting out of getting the off-road suspension, right? Versus this is smooth over all the daily drivable stuff, right? And I guess we'll punch it a little bit. So smooth. Speed is effortless. Like, this has good passing power. That's another benefit of the Ram Limited, is it actually has good passing power. Now it just popped into the aerodynamic ride height, which is another huge plus. And yeah, just great. And also, this guy behind me honked at me because, like, he was next to the truck and I accelerated past him so he could get in, and he honked at me for that. I don't understand. And slowing down, yeah, brakes are really good. Still in aero mode. I want to see what speed it's going to pop up. So we're in the 40s. Let's see when it pops up into the normal mode. I think it's somewhere around 40 miles an hour. Yeah, still slowing down a little bit more. Still in aero mode, surprisingly. Huh. Oh, there you go. Now it's normal mode. So I guess until we fully stopped, then it was like, okay, now we're in normal mode. The stop-start seems to be more seamless with the Limited too, which is, I think, a huge plus. I think that so the thing with the this version of Limited, and this version of the eTorque Hemi rather, is it'll shut off when you're rolling at 5 miles an hour or under. And so then it's like really like you just roll into it. When it starts back up, you do feel it, but again, it feels more seamless overall compared to the older ones, which I think is a big positive. It's so comfortable to drive. There's gonna be some segments where I won't be talking, just kind of showing you guys, you know, what it's like to drive. Yeah, even those like up and down movements, still smooth. It's still super nice from that perspective. Gotta try to change the GoPro point of view again. Not only do my glasses keep falling off, the GoPro keeps like slightly moving down a little bit because I usually don't do point of view drives this long. It's kind of wreaking havoc a little bit. Let's see if it shuts off. Okay, so I'm going 11, 10, 9. Still on. Huh, I never shut off that time. Probably didn't feel like it needed to. Interesting. Also, I like how it shows me what gear I'm in. Right next to the drive, it says what, you know, if you're in, right now it says I'm in 5th. I like that. I like that it lets me know. I think that that's another big positive. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say the cop pulled behind me, but he's just pulling into a parking lot. So we're fine. So continuing along here, something else that I want to mention is I like the steering Limited a lot. Especially compared to the TRX. The TRX has that 4-wheel drive system and the steering's kind of like heavier. This is really light and it almost feels like more direct in a sense, if that makes sense. Just because of how light this is and how comfortable it is. So I think that that's a big positive as well with the truck. And it's just, this truck's so effortless to drive. That's something that's like a really big takeaway for me with this truck is I feel like I can just get in here and I have these super comfortable seats and this really nice interior to look at, and the steering's really nice and light and comfortable, and I just don't have to try. Like I just pop in and it's almost like an escape from the outside world is kind of what this feels like to me. And you know, that's what you want with a luxury vehicle. Also, that person has a bumper sticker that says, "Let's go Brandon." Oh, I love Utah. I know, I just think it's so funny when people are just like so outward about their political views. Getting up here. Yeah, it's good. I mean, again, the gear shifts are smooth. And it's got tons of torque, so like going up this hill, it just moves. It just keeps going. No problem. And I'm at just above 2,000 RPMs. I'm not like at, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs to go up this hill. It doesn't struggle at all. And we're at 4,500 feet elevation here, folks. And I guess you guys also get a scenic view in today's video because the pollution is not as bad today, so we can see the mountains, finally. Let's see if it does it this time. Yeah, kind of. It was still moving a little bit, and it did the auto stop start function. So you can roll into it a little bit, but I guess you'd have to be a little bit less aggressive on the brakes than I am for you to really roll into it, if that makes sense. Also, that dude's in like a full button-up shirt and everything on a motorcycle, and it kind of looks funny to me. Is he making a U-turn? No, he's turning. So our test drive is pretty much coming to an end with this point of view drive. And I guess we'll sum things up with this truck. So first off, you know, kind of like what I mentioned in my review, it just looks like a regular Limited on the outside. Interior wise is beautiful, my favorite interior. And then driving wise, just driving this around for a few miles feels like a very nice upscale luxury vehicle. And that's just what you're getting. And, you know, from a material standpoint and from a design standpoint, this is what you get with like a 6-figure plus like Audi or BMW or Mercedes or something. You have to pay big money in those cars to get an interior that's this nice. And they're not as capable as a truck, right? This has that truck capability on top of everything. And so if you want a really nice driving vehicle that also has a ton of capability, that isn't, I mean, this, yeah, $75,000 is a lot of money, right? You got to work hard to be able to afford this. But this is a heck of a lot more affordable than something like I said, an Audi or BMW or, you know, some other luxury sedan or SUV that's going to be similar to this interior wise and ride quality wise and all that, right? This might not have the performance of those, but it also tows and has a truck bed. Those don't have that. So yeah, overall, very nice vehicle. And if you're going to buy a new Limited, if you can still get this 10th anniversary edition, I don't know on that. If you can, I recommend getting this package. You won't regret it. It's the nicest version of the Limited that I have reviewed to date.